What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to quickly talk about Neve Campbell joining the cast of Twisted Metal. This is probably so left field that it's about as left field as you guys seeing a video on it from me. But no, I've covered the Twisted Metal show before. I will be covering the Twisted Metal show and the game when it comes out on this channel. And obviously, Neve Campbell being so in the heart of Scream, I could not, talk about it in some way. So this caught me completely by surprise. That this Twisted Metal show, right? It's a Twisted Metal show coming on Peacock. Anthony Mackie is the main character. Thomas Hayden Church, I think, joined the cast a few days ago, so I like him. I've liked him since Sandman and Spider-Man 3. So, you have him, you have Anthony Mackie, now you have Neve Campbell. It's actually quite the cast, and I think they honestly have a lot of potential with this show because the source material gives them a little, but if there's any show I'm actually willing for them to go a little offbeat with, it would be a show like Twisted Metal. I am kind of a stickler for, the source material, an Uncharted movie, Sonic. I think there's ways of doing it where you're respecting where it came from and you're using it to an extent. And then, of course, you can kind of go off. And again, I think it really works with Sonic. I think Sonic is a perfect example of how you honor what Sonic is. You honor a lot of references. You honor a lot of Easter eggs. You honor even some storylines. And you have Jim Carrey nail Robotnik, right? And then at the same time, though, you kind of do your own thing. And I think that it works really well. Even Uncharted, I would very much argue. I liked Uncharted. I thought it had the heart of what Uncharted was, even though a main character like Sully was completely a new character to them. But overall, they kept it pretty okay. So Twisted Metal, I think also just because the fan base, there is one, but it's not gigantic. It's not nearly, I would say, as big as a Sonic or an Uncharted. Twisted Metal is an older franchise. It's a franchise that hasn't been around recently. It's been a very long time since the kind of reboot remake came out, and even that game wasn't all that well received. So I really think they have a really good potential here. And then adding Neve, I mean, that's awesome. That's really, really cool to have somebody like her in it. Now, she's going to be her character and also Thomas's character. They are legit characters in the lore. Neve's character is a character called Raven. She was in Twisted Metal Black, and she's going to be a recurring character. So she's not necessarily part of the main thing, but she should be in maybe every episode, maybe parts of episodes, maybe some episodes where she's in a lot, some episodes where she's in it almost none or at all. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I think the character, you can look up the character. I think maybe I showed the character what Raven looks like. I mean, she's a cool looking character. I think my history with Twisted Metal is all over the place. I know I played it. I have a very long story of how I got into it. I won't share it here, but I don't remember because I didn't play all of them. But I did play one. But Twisted Metal Black definitely sounds like the game that I did play. And I did play the most recent one as well. Those are the two I've actually played. So it's awesome. I mean, I'm excited for it. Now, going on Peacock, I don't know much about Peacock. I don't watch too many television shows. I'm not going to I'll be honest, I'm hoping it's good. I think with Anthony and with this cast and now with Neve, I mean, I'm definitely, I'm going to watch it, especially with Neve Campbell. I'm going to watch it. I think the odds that the actors could carry it is pretty high. Just the actors could carry it. But I'm also not going into it expecting it to be amazing. Again, with all of these, even with Uncharted, with Sonic, I mean, you have to be careful because sometimes these things can go so. And a lot of people actually hate the Uncharted movie, so it can go very much off the rails. So while I'm excited for it, and while I will give it a try, and while I think it's the dark humor, I think it's got that, and it can be quite a show. I mean, you can do some pretty disgusting kind of bloody things. I mean, it's a game that can be kind of gory if you go down that route. It's a game that can have very, very dark humor. I mean, you can go in a lot of places that you couldn't go with Sonic, with Uncharted, with a Tomb Raider movie, right? You can't go certain places there that you could go with this. So I think this has the potential to be the most different out of any of these things so far. Could easily be the most different. And again, and this is coming from somebody who I would say I'm a fan, but I'm not, I don't know everything about it. I think I'd be the most okay with this out of anything else deviating a little bit, because Twisted Metal is known more for the gameplay than it is necessarily for the story. I don't think that's a hard stretch at all, right? But adding to its cast, so I'm really, really happy. I think adding Neve is quite the curveball that nobody really saw coming. In terms of Scream, I don't know when Twisted Metal films. I'd assume it's very soon. Oh, by the way, I am also excited for Twisted Metal in the sense that there's a good backing. I think it's Will Arnett's production company that is doing it. I think it's Deadpool writers that are also writing it. So I actually has, even behind the scenes, not just the cast up front, but behind the scenes, I think it's actually got a pretty good, well-rounded group that should be able to pull it off, honestly. So having Nev is cool. But again, for Scream 6, I don't know what it would mean. I think you could do both. Again, I think having it be a reoccurring role for Nev in it means, you're kind of keeping the door open, even if it films this summer, which it maybe, in terms of hurting the Scream idea, probably it would, I'd imagine, film in the summer. But I think she could do both at the same time. I don't know, though. Nobody's really said when Twisted Metal is going to be filming. They didn't say it when they announced the cast. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they say, it's going to start filming X date or X month, and they didn't say that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. I will be covering the show. I'll be covering the upcoming game as well. They are doing a brand new game, so the rumors say, but I'll be covering both. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video.